Hello everyone, it's Chase, and I want to talk about building a PC for the msrp GTX 1080. It retails for $700 for the Founders Edition and $600 for the other models of the card. And so here are the parts. We got 16 gigabytes of Crucial DDR3 RAM for $58.99. We got an FX 8320E 8-core processor, 3.2 base clock, 4.0 gigahertz turbo clock on that CPU. That's $110.95. EVGA 500 watt power supply, around $37 on Amazon. Mushkin 480 gigabyte SSD for around 115 bucks. Then we got the Cooler Master M4 Gemini 2. It's a CPU cooler for $34. Then we have the Thermaltake Versa case with a window for 40 bucks. We also have the Gigabyte GA970A DS3P motherboard. It's AM3 Plus, $60. Then we got the GTX 970. I bought mine used on eBay for 200 bucks right now. They're really cheap. Got the OS Windows 10 for 30 bucks. So it all totals to $686.88 for those, and that's $13.12 less than the Founders Edition of the GTX 1080. You could decrease the price by going with an 8 gigabyte kit of RAM instead of 16 gigabytes. Also, you could get a 1 terabyte hard drive, which is half the price or less than the SSD I bought. This will bring the price down to 600 bucks, which is the price of the other models of the 1080 instead of the Founders Editions. You get the OS for 30 bucks by going to kingwin.com and buying a key for Windows 10. It's around 30 bucks, and you need a USB drive to transfer it to your new computer that you're building. I can show you a tutorial if you want in another video. You just have to write it down in the comments, and I'll do that. While I've been talking to you, I've been playing CSGO in the background here, and with the system. So all of those parts I read off to you, that's what I've been playing with. That's my personal system. So at everything set at high on CSGO 1080p, and the lowest goes to 115. With everything maxed out at 1080p with anti-aliasing, texture filtering, and everything else maxed out, we get a high of 245 and a low of 107. So you can see this system destroys MOBA gaming and older games with ease. But what about more demanding titles? So in at 2560 by 1600 on the highest settings you can go with anti-aliasing turned on, the average FPS on BioShock Infinite is 65 FPS. Then we get 43 FPS on Far Cry 3 and 48 FPS on Battlefield 4. So those are modern titles. As you can see, this system maxes out 1080p games. It crushes MOBAs, and with 1 or 2 settings turned down for AAA titles, you can max them out. As well as having 16 gigabytes for the future of RAM, and you have a 400 gigabyte SSD, which improves speed and performance of your computer. This by going